We are almost at the end of the year where we make those commitments to lose all the extra pounds. Yes, honey. But guys, on a serious note, we don't have to wait until January to start making those commitments. We can actually start the conversation now. So stay tuned for today's video. Hi guys, welcome to Beyond the Bedside with me, Denise A Thomas. I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a nurse, I'm a health coach, and I am your guide to understanding diabetes and other associated lifestyle diseases. Okay guys, let's start the conversation. Every single year, every year, we say to ourselves, you know what? This is the year. It's going to be this year. I'm going to lose all the extra pounds. I'm going to get it together and everything is going to work out fine. Oh my goodness, guys. We have such big intentions for ourselves. I know we want to do it. I believe you. I know you really want to do it. No one gets up and says, you know, I'm not about this health thing. I'm just going to live and just carry on however I want to carry on. But no, guys, we are going to do this once and for all. So now listen, and I usually talk to my ladies. I usually direct things to my ladies because we have such a difficult time losing weight. For you guys, all you need to do is just commit. Commit to reducing calories or whatever method you're going to use, and your weight just drop off like nobody's business. But for us ladies, we have these hormones that are working against us, and it's just not fair. Oh my gosh. But listen now, so there are so many diets out there, and I'm sure y'all could put some down in the comment about diets that you have tried. There's the keto, there is the paleo, there is the Atkins, there is the Optavia, there is the Ozempic. There is so many things that we can actually try to lose weight. And you know what they all have in common, all of these diets? One thing they all have in common: you're going to lose the weight. You're going to lose the weight because in all of these different diets, you are reducing calories of some sort. You're changing the way you eat. And so whichever one you try, you're going to lose weight. But the key is, are you going to be able to maintain it? Will you be able to maintain that weight loss? Is the diet sustainable? Is this something that you could literally do for the rest of your life if you should live for the next 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 years? Can you continue to eat like whatever the diet is asking you to do? Because if you cannot continue to eat that same way, you are going to put back the weight on. You're going to put back the weight on. And sometimes it's a rebound weight gain. Rebound meaning you're going to put on back more than you even lost. And that is so frustrating. And I feel it for you guys. It is really, really frustrating. And everybody just want to, be able to be in a weight that is comfortable for them. Whatever works for you, whatever is comfortable for you. So we're going to really dive down into how can we achieve this, and not only achieve it, but maintain it. Okay? So one thing I noticed, guys, as I get older, I realize that I can't eat the same way I used to. I just cannot eat the same way that I used to. There's certain things that gotta change. I cannot be eating fast food. No, it's not working out for me. I cannot be eating late at night. It's not working out for me. There's just certain things that I have to adjust as I get older. So guys, my favorite food of all times, and this is gonna be weird, right? It's gonna be weird. You can put in a comment what your favorite food is, but my favorite food of all times, I would eat it for breakfast, I'll eat it for lunch, I would eat it for dinner, I'll eat it for snack, honey. I would eat rice any time of day. I love rice. And I used to love bread a lot too. I used to love bread a lot, but I somehow managed to move past the bread love affair. And I've also moved past the rice love affair. So that's what I'm getting into telling you. Like, I love, you see all rice and peas? If you're Jamaican on this platform or you're listening, you know about the rice and peas. But if you're not from Jamaica, rice and peas is like rice, and we cook it with coconut milk and beans, right? We call it peas, but it's really red beans, or we use another peas called gungo peas. Honey, that is my favorite. And if you're ever cooking that rice and peas, well, me can't cook it so good, like, oh no, with your grater or you blend up the real coconut, not the coconut from the can or the bag, honey, the real deal Holyfield coconut, and you put that in your rice and peas. Gone to bed. I love rice and peas. I'll eat it every meal. But now, as I've gotten older, I had to step away. I had to break up with him. Rice wasn't loving me back. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to be involved with no one who don't love me back, because I'm loving you so much, Mr. Rice, and you are not loving me. So I am breaking. So I broke up with Rice. Can you imagine? It was such a devastating breakup. I miss him, but I have to just cut my eye past him when I see him now, because he does not love me. Sometimes I try a little sprinkle of rice. When I said sprinkle, sprinkle, because I had graduated to having just one spoon. Even the one spoon spiked my blood sugar so much. And with these spikes, I don't like the feeling. So I try not to put myself in that state where my blood sugar is high, because it's going to wear me down. I'm going to feel tired. I don't like it. So I had to break up with rice. So put in a comment what food you are having a hard time with, and you know you need to break up with him. Put it down there, girl. Put it down there. Let me hear from you. The other day, I was watching this YouTuber, right? He's a Jamaican YouTuber. This was the first time I've ever seen his videos. They just popped up on my screen, and I was working, and I usually like to put something in the background on the TV while I'm working, just something that I don't really have to really watch, but I could just listen, and something talking in the background. So it was this Jamaican YouTuber. I can't remember what his name is, something of the other TV though. I can't remember. And he was at the river with a bunch of people, and they were cooking out at the river. So if you know who I'm talking about, you could put a comment. So they were cooking at the river, and he was making this rice and peas. And he had the rice, he cooked up the beans, the red beans. Then he put in his real coconut that two ladies had grated for him. He poured that in. And then I wasn't really watching everything, but I think he chopped up some callaloo, some string beans, some pumpkin. Yeah, I think he put in all of that into the rice and peas. Now I'm just sitting there like, oh my God, I wonder what that tastes like. Because it looks yummy, right? It looks yummy. And I'm like, the girl loves the rice and peas. So even though I break up with rice and peas, I still love him, and I watch him from the side eye, but I cut my eye past him. But when I see him over there on the TV and the guy cooking him up with this other mixture of stuff, I'm like, my God, that is some intriguing recipe right there. But while I'm watching, and I'm a health coach, y'all. I can't help but wondering how many people in that crowd probably have diabetes and they're probably not even aware that delicious meal with that rice and peas is gonna spike their blood sugar so much, because not only the rice is a high carb food, the beans, which is really a fiber, but it's also a high carb. And if you have diabetes and it's not properly controlled, the beans is also gonna spike you. But it's actually a good food. It's a fibrous food, but it still causes a spike. So the rice and the beans mixed together is going to cause a spike. Then there's the pumpkin, right? So the pumpkin is in that also, although the pumpkin is a vegetable, I believe, but it's a high carb vegetable. So the rice, the beans, the pumpkin, all of those mixed together is just going to cause this rush of blood sugar spike. And I'm like, oh my God, it is so yummy, but if I was at the river with them, I couldn't have any. I would have to pass on it. And then his other option, he made some dumpling, right? Some boiled dumpling. So if you don't know what is boiled dumpling, it's really flour with just water and you boil it. But it's delicious also. Flour and water and boil it. But he made the dumplings in some. And I missed the process when he was making the dumplings, but I heard someone else later on in the video was saying that he boiled the dumplings in coconut milk. I've never heard of that. So he boiled the dumplings in coconut milk, and I'm just over there salivating, and I'm like, that looks like it tastes so good. But now here, as a woman of a particular age, I know that particular meal was just gonna do more harm than good. They had it with stewed chicken, and there was some fried chicken and some fried fish. It was just a yummy looking, delicious outing time. I see them having down there by the river. It was really good, but I couldn't help but just think, if I was there, I would just be over there just getting the tiniest portion possible, just to make sure I can get involved in some of this yumminess. So guys, the food is yummy. We love the food, but then we still want to be healthy and we want to look good. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do, people? What are we gonna do? Don't worry, I am here for it, and I tell you, I'm the July Girl Health Coach. We just gotta monitor our portion sizes. We gotta monitor our portion. We can get involved in the deliciousness from time to time, but we just don't want it. We gotta do it in moderation and in portion. Don't be filling up your plate all the way, scooping up to a high mountain. Just have a little bit just for the taste and just to enjoy yourself, but just being aware and mindful that we have to also look out for our health. When we put on the weight, and most times it's in the belly area, that kind of weight gain is not healthy. The belly fat is actually very inflammatory, and it's gonna cause you to be at risk for other lifestyle diseases. So you just want to be very, very careful. Start to make plans, start to think about how you can make these changes, because it's not going to be overnight. You're not going to just get up and say, yep, I'm done with all this something. I'm done with it. I'm done. You know, it's kind of take some planning. It's going to take some planning, guys. So let's just get into the plan. Let's just get into the plan. How are we going to do this? Guys, get yourself, listen, pull up. Get yourself a 9-inch plate. Oh, wish I had a 9-inch plate right here to show you. Get yourself a 9-inch plate. Basically, it's a standard size plate. Just know that you're not going to want to eat out of a huge plate, because the bigger the plate, the more food you're going to be tempted to put on that plate. So get yourself like a 9-inch plate, And in that plate, you want to divide it down the middle. You want to put an imaginary line down the middle, or if you need to be visual, you put a line down the middle with something. Half of your plate should be non-starchy vegetables. Your non-starches, your cauliflower, your broccoli, your spinach, your kale, non-starchy, meaning that they have a lower amount of starch, lower glycemic index vegetables, right? So half of your plate should be that. Then the other half, you want to divide the other half in two, right? So the other half now is going to have your lean protein, like your chicken, your turkey. It could be even your pork, just your lean turkey, just not too much fat. So picture that plate, you know, that second half is your lean protein and then your starchy carbs. Like if you can tolerate rice, you know I can't. If you can tolerate rice, you could put a little rice there, or you could put a little, like if you want to eat, some people, like my other Jamaican friends, like Nicole. Hey Nicole, shout out to my friend Nicole. She doesn't like rice. She likes like yam and banana and those kind of things. So your yam and banana would be on that next third of the plate. So half is vegetables, then you have your other starchy carbs, and then your lean protein. Yeah. You can't just be having half of it be your starchy carbs and then the next half be your protein and nothing else. That's not a balanced diet. All right, guys. Another tip that I use to make my meal more fun and more delicious, because when you're being deprived, or it's not even deprived, but when you have to adjust your diet, sometimes you go through like a mourning phase, like you're giving up something, so you feel the loss. You go through that phase where you feel the loss and you feel bad about it. So to make myself feel better, what I used to do, but now it's all normal and regular for me to eat this way. But what I used to do, instead of using a plate, I use a bowl, right? And it could be a huge bowl. That's the benefit of this. So I use a bowl, and what I do, I fill it up with vegetables, fill it up with all non-starchy vegetables, whether it be like cabbage, lettuce, spinach, kale, broccoli, cauliflower, whatever. Or I mix up everything. I put a combination of different vegetables in that bowl. Then I get my portion of my lean protein and I put it on the top. And then I don't do a lot of, if you want to do like croutons, but I don't really do the croutons. I'll put some beans, so that is more extra fiber, but that will be my starch right there. And I'll put some beans on top, and then I'll put my fat. If my lean protein didn't have a lot of fat, or like I'll cook it in some oil, like whatever, I'll put a little salad dressing. I'll use some vinaigrette, like some apple cider with some olive oil, and then I just sprinkle that on top, and then I cover it up and shake everything up together, and then I eat it, and it's all yummy and fun. Yeah. So you just gotta get creative, guys. Just get creative. But whatever you do, you have to change how you're eating. That's just it. That's just how you're going to maintain the weight. No matter what diet you choose to do, it's not going to be sustainable. You got to make some lifestyle changes where you're eating a particular way, and this is just the way you eat every single day. And that is sustainable, because you're not really giving up anything. You're just adjusting how you eat it, right? You're just changing around the portion and the sizes. So if you were able to learn anything from this video, you want to share it with your friends and family. So share this video, subscribe if you haven't started subscribing as yet. I don't know why you wouldn't want to start subscribing. Hello, I'm here for it. And yeah, and then just like the video, comment if you want to tell me something about what you're eating and what is working out for you. So I'll talk to you again in another episode of Beyond the Bedside. So thank you and be blessed.